couple years down the road, you walk outside, and for the first evening of the year, you feel a coolness that belies a season.
Oh, yes. It's been so hot here, dude.
The weather is just cracked, and you're going to be getting nice, cooler evenings. It's not going to be as hot during the day. Fall is coming. You grab a couple of long sleeved, long pants out of your fucking closet that you've had tucked away all these months. You you love the fall. You love the fall because it means a few things. Obviously the temperature's cooling out. You got football on the TV, right? Halloween's coming, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. It's just like bang, bang, bang. It's three big ones right in a row. You love the fall.
Yeah, man.
And everybody everybody at Terrywood Glen loves the fall too. You live in Terrywood Glen. It's a subdivision. When you look at it from above, it's shaped like an arch or a horseshoe. You live like at like 11 o'clock on the shoe if you're looking at it from above. There's some streets in the middle that connect the two posts.
Yeah.
You think less of them as human beings than you do the people who live on the horseshoe. And they're aware of it. It's the worst kept secret in the Glen. But everybody contributes, everybody pitches in. It's a real community. It's great. And every year, the people of Terrywood Glen try to break the Guinness Book of World Record for the biggest pile of leaves.
Oh, man.
And so the way it works is you
So
collect your
lame.
leaves, all year long or whatever. And then at the end of the year, you go and you dump them in a designated area. The pile has to be a certain width. And then, at its peak height, they come out and they measure it. Mm. And then you get enshrined into the halls of history forever as a community that came together and made a big fucking pile of leaves. And it's a big deal at Terrywood Glen. The person they keep track, the person who donates the most leaves throughout the course of the year actually gets to jump in it at the end. At the very end, like
Oh,
once they
wow.
like once like it's come out and like the record has been secured, that person will be able to just jump right into the pile. They'll build a platform, however tall it takes, and then you could just jump right in to a world record pile of leaves.
Are you saying that Terrywood Glen sets this every year? Or they try to beat it every year?
So they try to beat it every year.
Are they
There
ever are
are
they ever
other
unsuccessful?
well, yeah, so there have been occasions in the past where a neighboring subdivision called Glenwood Terrace, they had it one year, and they're like kind of like they're like the arch rival of Terrywood Glen. And so it's like the title has changed hands over the years. And right now, Terrywood Glen has it, and they're looking to hold on to it. But they know that Glenwood Terrace is going to put up a fight, and they're ready. They're ready for it.
Whoa.
They're ready for it because it's all about like community buy-in, right? Civic buy-in. How do you get people? How do you convince people to take the time to bag up their leaves and bring it to a certain spot that's not convenient for them? You need a carrot to dangle. Community pride, a chance to jump into that big fucking pile of leaves, which everybody gets to do at the end.
It's just that the guy who gets the most gets
It's the first one, yeah.
the first fall.
The first leap into the leaves. They say if you do it, you can make a wish and your wish will come true.
Yeah.
And you kind of almost believe that.
Has it happened to people?
Well, the guy who has won it for the last like 10 years lives a great fucking life.
Yeah. What do you mean?
His name is uh Donald S. Car Escargot.
Donald
His name is
Escargot.
Donald Escargot. He has he moved in about 10 years ago. He's at like 1 o'clock. You know, if you're looking at if Terrywood Glen was a clock, he's like
Hmm.
1 o'clock. So he's got another premium position back there towards the back of the
Oh,
shoe.
good.
And you know, he has like a wooded lot. He's got some, you know, trees in the back. He's up against the woods, same way you are. Um, and he has just been donating more leaves than everybody every year. And he takes that leap. He has like a rosary he kisses, and then he like falls backwards into the pile of leaves with his arms extended and his legs stiff like Christ, as if Christ were crucified.
Yeah.
He like that pose. He like takes it and like falls into the leaves. All I'm saying is in 2018, 2 weeks later, a brand new RV pulled up and parked in his driveway.
Oh man.
Right, 2019, his mother goes into remission from cancer. Yeah,
Do people think it's
2020.
because of him winning?
I mean, the guy's got a lot of W's, you know,
They have
and
nothing, one has nothing to do with the other.
just telling you what the thought is, you know. Mr. Escargot sure is living a life of luxury over there at 1 o'clock.
Luxury and good health.
So, but you know, like you've been in your place now. This is your first season there. This is your first time participating, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking go all out. You live right by the woods, right? The wind like blows the leaves into your backyard. It does a little bit at 1 o'clock too, but not nearly as much as it does for you. So you think like if I stick to this, you know, I could bag up more leaves than that guy, and then I'll get first leap into the leaves. So you're out there every fucking morning with a rake and a bag, right? You're filling it up. You get a lot of leaves blown in from the woods right behind your house. You also have this like beautiful big like uh maple tree. It's a brilliant burnt sunset at this time of year. There's pinks and oranges, some rich reds, and everything in between. You admire it every single day that you look out the window.
Sounds beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. The sun filters in through the leaves and it looks like your backyard is on fire. It's incredible. And you're just waiting. This thing is loaded with leaves. It is when it drops, you like sometimes you look at it in the morning, you just lick your fucking lips
Wow.
because you know what's coming.
Yeah, the leaves.
But every day, you know, you go down, you drop off your bounty for the day. They weigh the pile. They tell you how much you brought. It gets marked in a log. And every day, you know, there's like a big tube, right? And it's like 6 feet wide, and people are just bringing in bags all day long. Some people might even be, you know, looking to get them leaves from elsewhere. Somebody who doesn't have as rich of a leaf source as you do, but they still want to participate.
Oh, you can like go get leaves from other places?
Yeah, there's a guy named Ricky. He's got a little S10, and he's got about 100 acres. He just goes out. He sells the bags for $25 a pop.
Well, I feel like you shouldn't be able
Just a
to
little thing he
buy
does.
in. We're doing like an effort, whereas they're just like spending money. I mean, this sounds
Yeah, it's kind of a controversial thing. It's kind of it's like the big question every year. It's like should you be allowed to participate if you don't have leaf coverage in your front lawn? And that's really just a shot at the middlers,
yeah.
the people who live at like the cross streets. You people on the shoe really don't like them.
Why is that? I don't think I've ever really
They don't have a lot of trees in their yard. It's just like
so they don't
it's just not
contribute.
landscaped as well. Yeah, it's just I wouldn't say it's an eyesore, but there have been talks of like secession.
Really?
Yeah, they've already got a new it's called the Horseshoe at Terrywood Glen. That's like the new community that they would call it. But they would get rid of the people in the middle and they would force them to like make their own thing, totally separate.
Wow.
So
The
there's been talks.
secession of Terrywood Glen.
The secession of Terrywood Glen. Nothing is nothing's been drawn up. It's just preliminary discussions. Don't worry.
Okay,
It'll be
good.
okay.
I was worried.
So yeah, so you spend like all year collecting leaves, you know. You're dumping them in, getting your name in the log, right? You make it part of your morning ritual once the leaves start falling, and you're just looking at that tree, that big maple, sagging under the weight of all that is dying off of its branches. You think, man, if we get a good breeze, a bunch of those are coming down right here, and I'm gonna be waiting for it. You sit on the back porch in a rocking chair, just watching, waiting for the leaves to go down. You got a black trash bag in your hand. Every time one comes into your yard, you walk out there, you pick it up
One at a time?
one at a time, and you just wait. You look up at that tree and you think it's almost time. So the next morning you go out, that maple is still full of leaves. You pick up what's out in the yard, you go to take it down to the pile, and there's a buzz at this pile. People are in a tizzy at this pile.
A tizzy?
You go up and you empty out your leaves, you get your name in the log. You go, what's going on here today? And people are like, Pat, we shouldn't be telling you this, but Mr. Escargot lost a tree in the storm the other night. And he's not going to be able to count his leaves. It fell outside of his property bounds, so they won't count.
Huh.
And you kind of think about it and you're like, that guy was the only competition I had. And the women who are like working there, they kind of like look back and forth and they go, don't tell anybody that we told you.
Okay.
Got it?
I got it. Thank you.
So you walk home with a little pep in your step, a little smile in your whistle.
What?
You walk out to your back porch, you just stare at that fucking tree, and you think you're gonna win me that first leap, and then I'll get to make a wish of my own. So there's like at the area where they dump all the leaves, there's like a leaderboard, you know. It shows who because they're logging all this stuff. It shows who's donated the most amount of leaves. They do it by weight. And it's been you and Mr. Escargot this whole time. And these last couple of days, you've really pulled ahead of him, and we've put some space between the two of you to the point that people are walking around on the Facebook group. Somebody posts an article says, "Is the rain finally over?" and there's a picture. There's a picture of Mr. Escargot, like somebody took through like his privacy fence, and it's him like kneeling at like the broken tree, just like weeping. You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
All
that
of this
they post.
anguish is not, I feel like it's, oh, and no, I was going to say it's not worth it because all you do is you have to jump in the thing. But then I remembered, no, you get the magic wish. Okay, I get it. Yeah, fuck. Well,
So
that's how the cookie
you know, it,
crumbles.
it becomes pretty clear that you're going to win, right? It becomes very clear that you are going to end the reign of Escargot. And like everybody else, like you're at the point in the competition where everybody else but him is kind of like resigned to like runner up status, Now it's all just about like, oh, maybe I'll come in like third place and I'll win like an Xbox, or I'll win like a $100 gift card to the Darden Family Restaurant Group, you know,
Nice.
or I'll win like Janine's OnlyFans. One of the ladies who lives in Terrywood Glen has an OnlyFans, and if you wanted the prize is like a free sub, you know.
That's cool, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the wives of Terrywood Glen are not happy about it, but she's contributing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like the tenor has changed a little bit, but it doesn't stop you at all because you want to win that fucking award, right?
Yeah.
You want to win the world record for the largest pile of leaves.
But he's still trying.
He's still contributing. He still has a lot, right? He still has like a good amount, not as much as he had, not as much as he projected. But he's still going to contribute because of the greater overall goal.
I don't think I talked to him about it. I think it'd just be too weird.
Yeah, you don't talk to him about it. You do hear somebody say that he was just like, you never know what'll happen. So you're coming up on a few days until the end of the competition. And you guys feel very confident that you're going to beat the Guinness Book of World Record for tallest pile of leaves. It's currently 16 feet 6 inches.
Is anyone keeping an eye on Glenwood Terrace?
You ask that in the Facebook group, and somebody's like, "Oh yeah, we know what's going on over there." And then they send over some photographs, and it's like they have like their own setup where there's like a tube that they're putting leaves in, and then this guy posts like three pictures of where their height is at, and then like three more pictures of it was just he was taking pictures of like women's butts in public, and he was like, "Whoops, didn't mean to send those," but he didn't take them
Oh
down.
man,
You
what
know,
a creep.
yeah.
How tall is it? How big is their thing?
They're probably pushing 10 feet. It'll be a valiant effort. That's what everybody says. It'll be a valiant
But
effort.
we're significantly ahead.
Yeah. They go, we're going to beat 16.6. We're pushing 18. And then, there's just, it's just, it's a tense time. There's external competition, there's internal competition, there's a sense of loss, but you don't think twice about it. You're way out in front. Life is good. And you're sleeping like a fucking baby. You're asleep one night and you're jerked out of slumber with a sound that you hear coming from like the woods behind you. Sort of this buzzing sound. You look out the window and you see that somebody is cutting down that maple that's standing in your backyard.
Motherfucker. Is it that goddamn, is
There's
it
a man,
escargot?
there's a man, he's dressed all in black. He's got a shiny silver saw in his hands, and he's like really going at it, you know.
I run out there. I gotta stop this guy. It's a
You run
beautiful
out
tree.
there. It's a gorgeous tree. And with every cut, you just almost hear it screaming, weeping,
Oh
right?
no.
You see
Oh
them, you see
man.
the moonlight filter through its branches. And you look out, the man in black pushes, and the tree falls. The tree falls into the woods, so none of the leaves that it's loaded with are eligible for you to bring in. And then he just
Ah,
sprints away. He runs straight into the woods.
what a dramatic turn. Damn.
Slowly, your leaf availability, it weakens over time.
I'm gonna have to put some money into talking to that guy and getting bags of leaves.
Ricky, you call Ricky, and Ricky's like, "Hey man, I'm all sold out." He goes, "This year, people really want to win this award.
Oh,
It's
okay.
unbelievable." He goes, "Better
Thanks
luck next
anyway.
year, though."
Thank you, Ricky.
And then you hear him start up a fucking motorcycle, and then he like he then he he's like, "Oh shit!" And he closes the call.
What a cool guy.
So you're like your output, your contribution is slowed, and even though he did lose like a significant portion of his leaf coverage, Mr. Escargot is really working hard. He's got like an industrial vacuum that he sets up near the edge of his property to suck leaves in from the forest. He's already caught several squirrels.
So does anyone look into whoever like chopped down this gigantic tree? I feel like that would be a big deal.
You call the cops and they're like, so somebody cut down your tree and they were dressed in all black and then they ran into the woods.
Yeah.
They go, okay, can you tell us what the person looked like?
No.
The cop kind of like, sticks his jaw out, kind of clenches it, and he goes, okay, well, if we have anybody come by and tell us that they cut down a tree that didn't belong to them, we'll be sure to let you know.
Thanks so much.
Cop walks away, shakes his head. He goes, I'm missing my kid's first T-ball game for this bullshit.
Oh, fuck you. Don't give a shit about your kid. What an ass.
Nobody really does.
No one cares about this kid.
No, he's real shitty at T-ball. His
Really?
coach finds him to be a burden. Mom's out of the picture. His dad's a cop. He's
Oh.
cold,
All right. Well, now I feel
you
bad
know.
for yelling at him, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, but you didn't when you said that. So, you the cop walks away, right? And over the last few days of this contest, Mr. Escart Go starts to catch up to you.
Ah,
You're frantic, right? You're doing everything you can, trying to get as many leaves in as you can. You're asking for neighbors if they would want to donate in your name. Like you're going all out. You want to take that first leap into the leaves.
yeah.
The last day before the submission to the Guinness Book of World Records, everybody gathers at the community building at Terrywood Glen. You and Mr. Escargot both stand in front of the crowd. There's a lady who's like hosting the event. She goes, "Okay, guys, here's the moment we've all been waiting for." And they like remove this like cloth that's covering the tube, and they go, "Guys, we made it to 19 feet and 3 inches," and the crowd like erupts, like they blew past the record.
Nice.
We really got to thank everybody for pitching in. This was a whole community effort. And as soon as we get the certification from Guinness, we'll be sure to hang it up here in our hallowed hall. There's a big platform built to the side of the tube. You stand there, your fists clenched, your heart beating out of your fucking chest,
Yeah.
and they go, "Okay." And now for the largest individual contributor, she says, "I think we all know this is a two-man race, which is a little different from previous years." She stands there before everybody. It's super tense. There's a spotlight on her. You look up, it's Ben Cholak running the spotlight.
What's up,
He's
Ben?
got the spotlight tight on her face, right?
Yeah.
And you go, "What?" And Ben's just been running spotlights all over the state for a little while now.
He's getting pretty good at it.
He's great.
Seems like he's in demand.
Yeah. I mean, he makes like a couple $100 every time he does one of these.
Cool.
It's like a side thing right now, but it's turning into like a full-time job. People love Ben Cholak Spotlight Company. So Ben's got this hot spot right on her face. And she says, "And the man who donated the most leaves contributing to our success this year is."
Man, this
She
is
opens up an
getting
envelope.
my heart is pounding.
A lady eats a chip and you can hear it crunch from across the fucking room. She goes, "Patine," and that spotlight
Oh,
swings right onto you, right? And they hit a play on the jukebox and
whoa.
Shimmer comes on the jukebox, right?
Oh, fuck.
Right. And it's right when the drums are kicking in, when it's really starting to pick up,
Yeah, the best
and
part.
you kind of give like a little speech. You're like, I want to say thank you to Hefty Bags. I want to say thanks to everybody who motivated me to get out of bed every morning to get all the leaves I could. And he goes, "In spite of somebody cutting down a tree," and you look right at Escargot, and he is fuming,
And Shimmer is
right?
playing underneath all this.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
Yeah, he's probably upset.
Away from me. Yeah, he is like very upset, and he loves that song. So it's like even worse for him. Now he's got this awful
Oh
memory
yeah.
tied to the song that he loves.
Yeah, I can see that.
A little salt in the wound.
Well, fuck
You
him.
don't
I knew it
fucking
was him.
care.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know it was him.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. So you climb up to the top of the diving board, looking down, and you see all those leaves below you. And everybody at the bottom is like, "Jump, jump, jump." What do you wish for when you jump?
One thing I didn't even ask is there like a limit to the wish? Like, can it be like a worldwide affecting thing or just a personal life thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what? Fuck it. I jump in and I just wish for great wealth. I wish for $100 million.
You think I won $100 million?
100 million.
You think that number, you visualize it, you see it in your mind's eye as you take that leap off of that platform and you fall through that cool Texas sky, 20 plus feet in the air, and you land with a satisfying crunch. But it feels like a pillow. It's just soft. It's abrasive, but
Right.
structurally
Yeah.
it's soft. It accepts
Okay.
you. And
The
you think about
leaves.
the $100 million and you
Yeah.
just grin from ear to ear.
I just probably start laughing.
You start laughing,
Because it's
right?
what a crazy thing. Like just even like without the wish thing, like this was such a long buildup. You know what I mean? This is my first
Yeah.
year in the Glen. So this is kind of a good look.
Yeah.
Man, I'm feeling a
So
lot of
you're
emotions, I bet.
so you're sitting there, right? Feeling a lot of emotions, right? Kind of like honestly tearing up a little bit. And you're thinking about how thankful you are to be there. You look up and you see that escargot is standing on the platform ready to jump. He jumps in and he draws like a small knife from his boot and he slits your
Oh,
throat as soon as he gets
oh,
out there. And then he tells everybody, he goes, "Oh no, I think Pat is dead. I think the fall killed him." Right. And
oh
everybody's like,
no.
what? They cut the tube, right? They cut the tube, leaves just spill everywhere. And
Son of a
you hear
bitch.
he like sticks like a stick and there's like twigs and stuff in there. He like sticks a twig like in your neck. And he's like,
Oh,
"Oh, he must have cut himself on this twig." Oh no. And everybody's
he's-
like, "Oh no," right? And your hot blood is just like filtering down through the mound of leaves. And
oh God.
they can't even use the measurement. They hadn't like sent it off yet or
Oh,
anything. And
yeah.
now it's just like a pile of leaves and blood. And because of that, they wind up like not winning. And
Oh, what?
Glenwood Terrace actually does wind up beating the record. They got it up to 17-6, but it still wasn't nearly close to where you guys made it. But you just get left behind. They take all the leaves every year and then they just light it on fire. And nobody told the gardener, who was the guy that does it, and he's just like whistling and pours gasoline on this big pile of leaves and he lights it on fire and your body burns up there. Your body burns right there.
My body, why was my body left in the leaves?
Well, at the end of it, they burn the pile of leaves.
With my body in it?
Nobody told the gardener.
But why would they leave me there to begin with?
He didn't know. That's just how they do it. It's at the end of this at the end, once you jump in, the first couple people jump in, then they burn the pile of leaves and
I
he
know,
just
but
burned the
once they
pile of
saw that
leaves.
I was dead, wouldn't they move my body or bury it or do something?
They really didn't. They cut that
Why? That's what I'm
they cut
asking.
they cut the tube open and that's the guy's cue to like go burn the leaves. So he just went and burned the leaves, and everybody was like, freaking out a little bit. And,
God
your
damn,
body was in
man.
there trying to figure out what was going on, and your hot blood was everywhere. They didn't want that all over their fall clothes that are going to go into storage in just a few weeks anyhow. But your fall clothes never find storage again. They turn to ash because your body is fucking burned in a pile of leaves.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man.
The men of Terrywood Glen, as tradition, they cook steaks over the pile of leaves every year. They have like a grill rack and everything, and once it
Oh
gets down,
man.
they cook steaks over your fucking bones.
Oh man. Oh man.